never let you go. I'ma be there to the end until the Most High call me home.
When I look into your eyes, I can see amazing things. Amazing things. When I looked into your eyes, I can tell you were made for me. Made for me, yeah. Such a blessed thing, such a virtuous queen. The way she smiled at me, said I love the way you are. I love the way you walk, the way you talk. That's why I had to make you mine. A beautiful fruit that was picked from the vine. And I thank the Most High that He made me your king, my queen. Virtuous just like Sarah, that's my Hebrew babe. I run my kingdom like David, make her love me crazy. And I'ma tell you something else, there ain't gonna be no one else.
Marriage is honorable, in the bed is undefiled. Righteous union make the Father and the Son very proud. Marriage is beautiful, when a man and wife agree. Righteous king, virtuous queen with a righteous family.
Marriage is honorable.
Yes, it is.
It's honorable. Marriage is beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. I'm the king, you my queen, and I will never let you go. I'ma be there to the end until the Most High call me home.
Call me home. I love you, baby. Now get in there and fix me something to eat.
Oh boy, CO, we just blessed another one.
Yeah. I just was clearing it up. It's actually called Couples Working It Out, man. Yeah, that's yeah. Calm.
Like two. And we just gonna do this right here and see if that works. So any sound now? We got any sound, people? Yes, no. Yeah, let me know something, y'all. No sound? Let's get one person through here. Any sound yet? Any sound? All right. All right, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. We've been having our guests wait patiently. So Lakia for the technical difficulties as always. We not gonna make that.
Boy.
Yeah, we doing our best not to make that a habit. You know, when y'all come here for for a good quality show. You know, we doing our best. Some of this stuff get a little technical here. So all praise to the Most High. We made it through.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the mission statement.
Go ahead
and get the mission statement in, and we're gonna get it in because I know they patiently wait, like you stated.
Con.
All right, shalom, family. Appreciate everyone coming through. For the regular listeners and those for the first time checking us out, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time to help build. So we at TBT Radio and the Brothers of COEENT. Our mission statement is: we at TBT as a podcast aim to embrace those who are making positive movements that will take our people and all people in the right direction in all areas of life by way of entertainment, arts, spirituality, and overall entrepreneurial mindset. So that's what we aim to do here. Constantly growing as the God of all gods give us the mindset, the authority, and the power to do so. And we're just growing. So we pray that y'all grow with us as we continue to bring forth these podcasts. So, like stated, this month it's couple working it out month.
Couples working it out month.
Yeah, we're bringing on couples that's working it out in all kind of facets. So without further ado, man, let's bring the couple on, man. Let's bring them on. The Grant family.
Con. Y'all give it up. Put some hand applause out there. We gonna get them buttons going in a minute. Shalom, Grant family.
Shalom.
Grant, I am
glad to have y'all with us tonight. It is an honor to be with our brothers that's laboring. First and foremost, what we laboring for? We laboring for the kingdom, huh?
Con.
Cause that's what the ultimate goal is. So, without further ado, we get this together here. Got a scripture I want to go to because we know that Christ, like I said, we COE, Christ over everything, right? So we're gonna start off to introduce why they're here with us. So we're gonna go to 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10.
All right,
2 Thessalonians 3 and 10 to open it up right quick.
All right, 3.
Get Christ all up in here right fast. 2 Thessalonians.
They always try to give me that Bible gateway stuff.
3 and 10.
I think we're going to the Bible gateway today, so that's what Google gave me. All right.
So the hold up is we trying to get it on the screens for you all, and then we gonna go with it.
All right.
Let me know when you got it out.
Got it.
Ready to go?
Con.
All right, it says, this is 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10. It says, for even when we were with you, this is a decree from the apostles, right? For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. Right. So we know this covers all occupations that one could bring forth, but in particular today, we got a couple that if they don't work, we don't eat what they're striving to establish. So all praises for what you all are doing. And I know y'all gonna give us all the insight of what you all are doing. Cause I've been looking from from a distance. Hopefully I get a chance to come down and see y'all live in action, get some of the, get a chance to taste it and get with y'all and maybe put my hand to the plow as well. So without further ado, my beloved brother, Michael Allah and sister Tabitha, right? Let the people know who you are, and then we'll dive into what you're doing. So let them know who you are and where you're from.
Con.
Go ahead,
Well,
Wayne.
you start first, ladies before gentlemen. Baby. Go
Okay, I
ahead.
got you. Sister Tabitha from Atlanta. Pretty much, that's where we congregate.
Con.
That's me.
Con.
Okay.
Of course, Michael Allah, also here from Atlanta. But later on, as you know, the show goes on, I give a little bit more of my background, my upbringing, and stuff like that. Or if you want me to bring it forward now,
Yeah, we're gonna get to know y'all because we need to get to know y'all. I know we got a chance to speak briefly. It's like it was yesterday, man, when we was at Passover, when we first got a chance to meet each other, and look where we at now. Like Sis was saying, I know she wanted to bring it out when we were speaking earlier, but obviously the Father was doing something to get us to this point, right? That night, after, was that y'all's first Passover?
That was our first Passover. That was our first Passover.
The one in Augusta, right? When we was in the hotel lobby. We just chilling and and reminiscing on how the experience was. It was a great thing. So, and to eventually get to this point. So, with that being said, so obviously you all believe in the God of all gods, Ahaya Shah Ahaya. So, how did that come to be? How did you all find out your true nationality and things of that nature?
So actually, yeah, my mother introduced us. It was my mom. We both grew up Seventh-day Adventists. I've been an Adventist since I was about 5 years old. And I had stopped going when I first got of age. You know how every teen just wants to rebel and do what they want to do. And I had stopped coming to church. And so my mom actually brought my grandmother into the Seventh-day Adventist church through like this tent revival. And my grandmother didn't like the old school church that my mom went to, and they had this church that they called Rebellious, which they like to praise. And so that was a church my grandma would go to. And my grandma didn't want to go by herself. So she said, okay, well, I just want you to come go with me. If you still feel like you don't want to come back to church, that's fine. And I went with her, and that was it. So I was back into the Seventh-day Adventist church. Fast forward a couple years, I met Michael Allah. We dated for 6 months and got married. Been married 12 years.
Praises. Praise. See how couples working it out. We want to touch a little bit on that, but go ahead.
He was laying it down, right?
Look, that's why we played that song in the beginning. Marriage is honorable.
Come on now.
Go ahead.
And so my mom, she stopped going to church, but she never would tell us why. And so she just had an excuse, and then she said, well, I'm just gathering somewhere else. And then she just never would. So I kept inviting her back. And finally, like, she had been gone for about 2 years. And I was talking to her, she said, things are deeper than and on another level than what you will understand. And I'm like, okay, okay. And I left it at that. So then she finally said, I'm going to send you a video. And I want you to have your Bible in front of you. And I want you to follow along. And it's okay if you need to pause the video or rewind some stuff, but just make sure you have your Bible, because my mom knew I was the type of person, if you can't come to me with the word and it's not straight from the Bible, then don't come to me, because I'm not going to go through it. So she laid it down and she told me, have your Bible. And I can remember I had my tablet. She sent me the link and I had my tablet in front of me. And I was sitting in the living room watching the video. And it was actually the video of the 12 Lost Tribes.
Like Elder, yeah, like Elder said, that something about that video, boy. That boy there.
Every time. And it was, so I'm listening to the video, and I'm turning to the scriptures, and I'm following along, and I'm saying to myself, first I got like a little upset, because I'm saying, this is my same King James Bible I read from every Saturday. But for some reason, these scriptures, I've never seen them before.
It's hitting a little different this time, huh?
Yes. So I had to look at the back of the book again, look at the front to make sure I'm actually reading from my Bible, right? And so I can remember Michael Allah walked in and he said, what you looking at? I said, it's this video my mom sent me. And it was like, there was no question about it. He just sat down. He sat down and started watching as well. And it was like almost as if the Most High just pushed him on down in the seat. He sat on down, he started watching, and then that was it. So the questions started to, be in our brain, like, okay, well, wait a minute.
So that's what I want to ask now. So what was y'all discussion after the video?
Oh,
It was like it clicked. You go ahead.
Well, the Most High was already doing something, very phenomenon in our lives, because even like I said, we was, going to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I think it was when Obama got in office and he passed some kind of law, one of them crazy laws. And so, we went to a Wednesday night prayer meeting just to kind of sit down and hear what the pastor outcome was with this, this law that they passed. And he was just pretty much talking about, I'm talking about the little people. And he was pretty much talking about how to accept them and all that different kind of stuff. And I was just like, man, nah, but nonetheless, what we went ahead and did, the Most High was just been moving us, because we was going to the church that we was originally going to. And it was just so much stuff that was, even especially when we watched the videos, then our eyes open up even more. And so, they start creeping in certain kind of stuff inside of the church. And, the Most High was like, hey, look, that is why I'm moving, trying to find another Seventh-day Adventist church, if something would be different there. But it's like all of them come to under one umbrella, and they started doing the same exact thing. And we were like, you know what? This ain't it. But her mom sent us that video. And I mean, that right there, that would put the icing on the cake.
So I want to ask this question. Where's mom now?
She passed away February of last year.
Oh, my condolences.
Definitely.
Well, I'll say she's sleeping. We'll say that. She resting.
Kind. All praise to the Most High.
Because she got two beautiful seeds sitting here before us.
She brought us in as a family, though. Like when we first found out where the body was, like when we gathered, it was my mom, my dad, Michael Allah, myself, our kids, my oldest sister, and her kids. So we came deep. She brought us all in. And her best friend. Well, but actually, both of her best friends.
Mom's was putting that work in.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Look, putting that work in.
Look, and I feel like it's a big spirit out when it comes to mothers. If everybody that may watch this show, that may be in truth, not in truth, honor your parents, whether they in truth or not. You only get one. It's a different kind of spirit that come with them. Yeah, like this is like almost like the second or third testimony where a parent has brought their whole family into the truth, almost. Man.
So it lets us know what type of example she was setting forth in the beginning, for y'all to even consider. You see what I'm saying? So obviously she was a woman of God, and just seeking him with a whole heart, mind, and spirit, and led her to the ultimate truth of what we know to be the truth. And that's a beautiful thing.
It is
beautiful.
That's it.
Praise the Most High.
Cause you more so hear about the brothers, planting seeds and all that, but mom, like I said, all praises.
Yes,
So
she did it.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And she planted a big seed.
I can remember our last Sabbath at the Seventh-day Adventist Church. We had just watched a video from Elder Carr about Christmas trees. And I'll never forget, we watched the video and we still went back to the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sitting there, like we clear as day read Jeremiah 10. Be not like the heathen, learn none of his ways. They go into the woods, cut down a tree, deck it with silver and gold, fasten it and all this, right? And it was as if the Most High was speaking to us, because that Sabbath, we sat in that church, and the pastor got up and said, we're going to do something a little different. We know Christ was born on December 25th. And I'm looking at Mike, and he's looking at me, right? And he said, we know he's not born on December 25th, but we just going to do something a little different. We're going to put a Christmas tree outside. Now, they never did this before. He said, we're going to put a Christmas tree in the lobby. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to put ornaments on it. We're going to put families' names. And we want y'all to pick a name. And then you just bless that family with some gifts. I couldn't get out that church fast enough when service was up.
Yeah, he was speaking, and he do that sometimes too, man. So he was speaking directly to y'all, like this is not what you're still coming in here for. get out of here.
Yes.
That was the get up out of here moment right here.
That's it.
Have mercy.
That's it. Been moving
So,
forward, not looking back.
hey, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so, how long it's been now since y'all been studying?
That was in 2016.
2016. Okay. 5 years.
About 5 years. Come on. All
In this
praises
thing.
to the Most High.
All praises.
Right.
So, briefly, then we're gonna jump into the topic at hand. So, within the 5 years, what would you say has been one of the most trying things of your faith? Where you had to, how sometimes in the walk you be holding on to a thread of the rope. What's one of those moments?
Your family.
And I think what it is for me personally is one of the things is my family, and even when I first got into the truth, of course, when we first get into the truth, man, it's like that fire, and then it's like you want everybody to know, what it is that you have done come to the understanding, even though we have not come to the full understanding, but we come with a little understanding, and we, want to bring it to our family. And then it was that bringing to the family, and then that rejection, and it was like, I was like, wow, look at that. And the stuff I'm bringing now is straight from the word, but yet your family is telling you that, hey, they believe in Christ and X, Y, and Z. But it's like, the question is, what Christ do you really believe in if you're not following his laws, statutes, and commandments to the fullest? His feast days and his holy days, So when I bring that to my family, it was one of them things was like, that has been done away with. But when you read the scriptures, it tell you that these things you must remember for generations to come. So it's like, nah, I'm going by what the word say. So that was one of the things for me.
Con. And speaking of family, man, let me see if I'm getting it on point here. I'm hearing a little Benjamin. Am I correct? Are you tribal Benjamin?
I was gonna say that same thing. I kid you not. You beat me to it. You beat me to it. You stole that from me. Stole it.
No, we together. We want spirit, man. One spirit. Yeah. So let's dive all the way in. So we're bringing you on because y'all have, from what I can see, tapped into the agriculture side of things on a whole nother level, or to a level where we're all aspiring to get to as a nation, as a people, individually, those of us that aspire to do those things. And so before we get into it, would you say this walk of life led y'all to this occupation? Or was this something y'all was doing before?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something ironic. It's always been something that we've done. And it seems that the Most High has grown it to a higher scale, and he continues to elevate it, but it's always been something that we've done. Like, even linking back, if anybody was to look over their whole walk from beginning to where they are now, there have been pieces and foundations that have been placed, throughout the whole journey. And I can say that there have been pieces that have been placed throughout before we even found the truth, or the truth found us.
And and like you said, we was doing this, before the truth, not on this large of a scale. And it's like the Most High, though, he's using this moment from what the little that we did know from back, when we got married, and now he's enlarging it. And the reason for even all this right here, is pretty much to bring edification to the people, because at the end of the day, we know that we're building a nation. And so, with these videos that being put out there, if I can get 10 or so people, even more people, to get in their backyard and get out there and start cultivating that ground and growing their own food, when we come together, that would be 10 other person right there already know a little bit of that skill set that we can put it all together at once now and make something greater. you know.
Con.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like I stated in the beginning of the show, what you all bring to the table stems from what we brought out on the last previous show. We were speaking about, the importance of us being literate of financial literacy, and not just being limited to, the dollar or the currency, but just the whole, wealth mindset of having substance or resources, right? And we was bringing out about Tesla, right? They was pretty much forced to do some of the things you all are doing. So not to go all the way back into it, but just tying those in. So like he said, if you didn't get a chance to see that show, please go check it out. So let's go down the journey with you all. For those on the show that don't know what our brother and sister do, they have a business. It's considered a business, right?
It's transitioning, kind of.
Okay. Well, we're gonna speak it into existence. They have a business. You got something you want to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say something before you went into that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because he was speaking about, because you already spoke on half of it, but it was something else that I wanted to put in there on that. As far as people, what he said, people going out, getting in their backyards and growing different things. I stay over here in a trailer home and stuff. Like, they allow us to do things like that, but check out how their system is. They don't want you to do row gardens over here. That's one of the first things that's in their agreement when you come over here. They say you can't put no row gardens over here. I'm like, why? They like, you just can't. So I did a little bit more research. Row gardens are in certain neighborhoods is an eyesore to some people. It's an eyesore to people. So
gonna see how much of an eyesore it is when you can't go to the supermarket.
You can't go to the buy something.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right. And the thing, they'll come knocking on your door. You're gonna be like, hey,
And that don't make any sense. But as we was going into, you all have you got like 10 steps ahead of a lot of those that haven't even shifted into their mindset. Our brother and sister have a lovely business from what I can see. Like you said, we're gonna speak it into existence with humble servants, homestead, huh? So we want to know, like you said, I know y'all said you started doing it before the faith. So give us a little bit of why you say that it has grown exponentially since the faith, and where you started, where you at now, and what's your end goal?
Well, so I want to say probably what in when me and my wife, about 2010 or so, that's when we got married, and.
Married in 2009.
Yeah, well, we got married in 2009, and from there, that's where it stems that we went down to Jamaica, and she kind of get to see a little bit of how, we deal with things down there as far as with the animals, fresh eggs and different kind of stuff, and she fell in love with that. And so when she was like, yeah, we need to do this when we get back X, Y, and Z. But this was the stuff that I grew up doing. I grew up tending to the animals, going to look for feed for the animals in the morning before we go to school and all that different kind of stuff. So to me, it was like, knowing it like the back of my hand. And so when we got back here in the school, all praises. Absolutely.
So real quick, before you continue, how did that part affect you mentally growing up? Having to, go get the feed for the animals.
That type of responsibility.
Yeah, having those type of I
think that right there is the best thing. Pretty much training that child at that age, how to be able to, because it builds something in a child. It builds that worth ethic. Responsibilities and different kind of stuff like that. So for me, that's what made me the person that I am today, because of those things that my uncles, my aunt, my mom, my grandparents instilled in me, and also even the younger ones that was still at the you know, where we stayed at. You know, so that's it right there.
All praises. But continue where you was, man. Like, man, that's because that's something just different. It's just different.
So, you know, where was I?
Well, you know, you having to how you grew up.
Okay, so when we got back here to the States, you know,
I didn't want to come back to the States. Now let's just state that.
Yeah,
State that.
So, well, that's
Listen,
true.
I had never before. Well, so even me, like my family had land in the country, and we would take little trips down when it was watermelon season to be picked. You know, watermelons ready to be picked. We would go pick beans and corn and stuff like that. But I had never seen like a live chicken before. I had never heard a rooster crow. So my first trip to Jamaica, like we literally bought a house, shellacked the floors, caught a plane to Jamaica. That was in 2010. And
so y'all bought a house here, or y'all bought a house in Jamaica?
We bought a house here. We closed on a house here, and then took a flight to Jamaica.
Okay.
5 days later. And so, like I had never, you know, seen these things. So I had never seen jackfruit growing on a tree or avocado on a tree before. Cocoa, chocolate pods on the tree. Like I had never seen these things. And so to hear a rooster crow, you know, and to see these things, like I was astonished, like, oh my goodness, I'm in heaven over here. And then that trip came to an end 2 weeks later, and like I'm boohoo crying. Like he's like, what's wrong with you? Look, I'm not trying to go back. You should have told me it was just beautiful over here. Like I don't want to go home. I want to stay. But like everybody's tree, banana cocoons just full of bananas, oranges on everybody's tree in these yards in Jamaica. And so my wheels turning. I'm saying, oh, when we get back home, like we need to start planting stuff. We need to get some chickens. We need to do this. We need to do that. Like I was on 10.
So, and you know, so from there, when we got back to the States, one of the things was the first thing that we put up was a chicken coop. I went back there. I put up a chicken coop. We got probably about 10 hens or a rooster or so. Now, all this right here was being done, what, an acre? Yeah, it was on a 1 acre lot. And when we got back, we had the chickens. We went out to a local box store, and we got 2 peach trees. Yep. Those was our first trees that we planted. And from there, we went ahead, we got goats. We done had turkeys on a 1 acre lot. And then, you know, man.
Every fruit tree you can name.
And as time goes on, we added more fruit trees and more fruit trees. And then, you know, how we end up here was.
So 1 second before we get to here. So give us was this a lot of trial and error and a lot of hiccups? Give us some insight on that, if you will.
And to be honest, actually, no. It's like, and that's why I can tell you, it flowed. It flowed. It was like, okay, the peach trees are going here. Okay, the apple trees are gonna go there. Okay, we're gonna put pear over here. Okay, we're gonna start a garden this year. And the garden came along, and it was just, it flowed. You know, there was no hiccups about it or anything. And it was just one of those things. Okay, well, let's try this. Well, let's try that. Okay, well, yeah, let's try this.
So how long have y'all been doing this over here?
It says since what, 2010?
This has been our first one in 2010.
Since 2010?
Since 2010.
Yeah. Now that the garden we're talking about now was a whole lot smaller than this garden here, because we was on a 1 acre lot. Now we had quite a bit of fruit trees, but the garden we had, you know, a certain, you know, good little size. It was decent size. You know, and so we growed it just the same way how we were doing it here, pretty much all natural stuff, you know, as far as even with, you know, amending our soil. It comes all our, well, not all our fertilizer, but most of the stuff we're amending in our soil was coming from the chicken litter, you know, and so, and because we also had chickens, we had goats. Yes, we did bring in some goats and, you know, try to keep them on the low back there on that 1 acre. But we did have goats back there. And And one of the things, I used to raise pigeons as well. You know, I used to breed pigeons, homing pigeons, and I used to pretty much, you know, sell them to people who fly pigeons and stuff like that, you know. So I guess you'd call it maybe sort of like a breeder or something like that, you know.
Different mindset, man. I just gotta speak on that. Using a different mindset. I hope that the listeners is listening to this, man, because, you know, definitely those of us in the States, man, we not tapping into that, man. Period. And you know, I was driving home, you know, just trying to ask about if it was any hiccups, because that's the stereotype of the mindset. We think it's gonna be a hassle to do it. It's gonna, you know, we're gonna mess up. I mean, so that means if y'all had that much success, which means the Most High must be blessing y'all hand, y'all could train and show some of us, man. Like seriously, because we want to break that cycle. We know we're going into a time where we're gonna have this is gonna be one of the key attributes and the key things in order for us to make it. And I'm gonna touch on the points that we got. But yeah, man, I just wanted to make sure, listeners, let that sink in. It's like that they said it wasn't that hard. Because I want to speak on because I know y'all said peach trees, apple trees, right? So two things. What particular fruits or veggies are we not able to, you know, plant here? And was it any, you know, once you all expanded, right? Was it any type of restrictions as far as laws that you all had to get in order to, you know, to expand as you go into the rest, you know, where y'all at now?
Absolutely none, no sir.
And so that's the beauty of it. So a lot of people don't know that I'm a real estate agent. So when we were making that transition from that 1 acre lot to where we are now, of course we had outgrown that, to be honest with you. And it was in a subdivision, although there was no HOA, which was something we were looking for when we purchased the home anyway. So there weren't any covenants or anything like that prevented us from being able to do what we wanted to do, besides the neighbors that had a problem.
And so I just catch on to what you're saying. I thought you was talking about here at this property, but of course, you know, when you're living in a certain area or in the city or such, you know, so to say, there is certain laws and regulation. But when we first got started, I mean, we kind of flew under the radar, you know, and I think we was good for about 7 years.
Yeah,
at that property, 7.5 we was good for 7 years until our neighbor across the street, I guess he was renting and he moved out. And then when the owner got back, man, I'm telling you about complaints, all kind of complaints, the roosters, this and that. You got mulch down there by the street. You got too many cars in the yard. I'm like, nah, man, all this, we was not having no kind of problem whatsoever until this guy right here showed up. And I'm like, you know what?
Sometimes the Most High have a way of letting you know it's time to move along.
Yeah.
Especially y'all, right? Right. Especially with y'all. He's like, I'm trying to. I got somewhere for y'all to be.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, and I'll tell you a conversation that I had with the Most High. Like, I could sit out on my front porch at the old spot and overlook pretty much all of the fruit trees and bushes that we had planted, and I could see the garden from the side. And when we had the house under contract and we knew we were getting ready to leave, like, I would sit out on the porch. And I remember just sitting out there this morning and I said, Lord, I'm leaving all this behind. Like, all this hard work we put in, I'm having to leave this behind. You know, he told me, he said, the same way you build it up here, when you moved here, it was nothing. You're going to move where you're going and you're going to do the same thing. And there was a peace that came over me.
All praise.
So I've been
call your dog.
All straight ahead.
Look,
you know, straight ahead, eyes forward.
Y'all internalize this. Y'all internalize what
I love
what they saying, because it's feeding the spirit. Like, because definitely what y'all are speaking on right now is like, you know, me and Sham are attempting a lot of these same things, and it's really feeding the spirit for us, and that's why we like to do it like the way we do it. And, you know, we don't really have the talks before, and we just let it all out genuinely on the show, you know, because it's as I feel like it's building me, it's building Sham, and I believe that everybody else is building from this right now. Like just just do it.
That's it.
Gone. And and another thing, before we even, I want to probably go back just a little bit, because originally, when we move out of that old property there, that move that we was actually making, or to prepare to move, was actually to move out the country, and so, long story short, our elders, they heard that, hey, getting ready to move on. And so he got up, he came down, and he pretty much let us know, hey, look, if you're going to move anywhere, I need you to move back to Jamaica. But if you leave and these people come and start asking, hey, where is Michael Allah and Sister Tabitha at? It's like, hey, I can't lie to the people, so he said, look, we need y'all to, y'all are some of the pillars of the church. And there was a couple of other more brothers and different stuff like that, we sat down and we talked about it. And, I was like, well, you know what? Hey, let's go ahead and get this thing moved here. And so we prayed about, moving and trying to find somewhere, and this here where we are today was where the Most High led us.
So y'all in Atlanta? So are y'all in Atlanta
we
or
are
Jamaica?
about an hour and 40 minutes outside. We're still in Georgia, just an hour and 40 minutes outside of the city of Atlanta.
Okay.
So in other words, what y'all doing right now is just a warm up. Cause man, I love what y'all doing. So let's get there now. So before we go into giving us some insight of where you all at, and I think we got some pictures and things like that, right? Yeah, we're gonna show all that. So would you? I was doing a little research on it. So would you all be considered a ranch or a farm?
Or something. We're still trying to figure that out. We are still trying to figure it out, because as you can see, our YouTube channel, our name is Homestead. And to be honest, a homestead can be of any size. It can be 1/8 of an acre. It can be 20 acres. Well, anything over 20 acres is considered a farm, according to Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know what I was looking at, they were saying like when you incorporate, the animals in, now you're shifting into like the ranch side of things. So
a ranch is strictly animals.
Okay.
Farm
Okay.
is animals and produce.
Okay, because he was saying like they only grow things to feed the animals in the ranch, correct? Okay. I got you. All right. So bring us all the way up to speed to where you are now, and like you said, how you came up with the name, you all's name, and where you at now with your endeavors.
I want to say one thing about having a relationship with the Most High: you talk to Him, He talks back. And our name, we actually prayed on. We were trying to come up with something that would embody our personalities and who we strive to be, and what we're striving towards. And so ultimately, homestead came in because on a homestead, like I said, it could be anywhere from 1/8 of an acre, something smaller than that, a couple 100 feet. But the significance of a homestead is to be self-sufficient, a place where you live in which you're doing all that you can to be self-sufficient.
And I think that's one of the things there that I want to push very hard on our people, and not just our people. Anybody that's out there is to be self-sufficient. Grow your own food. If you can have some chickens, get your own chickens, get some eggs, because like we said, we touched on it a little bit earlier, that it's gonna come a time when we won't be able to run out there to these stores and pick up stuff off the shelf. You're gonna have to be running to your backyard and
or your front
yard, wherever you at, to pick your dinner for that night.
Yeah, because I was looking at doing like a cause we stay where we stay. I was looking at doing like a tower garden inside of the house or on the porch.
Sure.
Because
Yes.
like and I wanted to do a little bit more research on it, but like y'all, so do y'all familiar with that?
Yes.
Well,
And I was just saying, to be honest too, you could do a bucket garden
okay.
where you can get you a couple of buckets and put them on your back porch.
Mm.
There's no rule that says you have to have a row garden or things have to be planted in the ground.
And so that's what I was going to say is, you know, even though they have those different little ordinances in the neighborhood and whatnot like that, get you some pots.
Mhm.
You know, you could maybe you can even grow cucumbers. Just get you a little trellis, stick inside of the pot to where the vines can run up.
Instead of to the side.
You know, instead of the side, and you can get you some tomatoes.
Mhm.
You could put one squash seed inside of a pot, and if you tend to that squash the right way, that squash right there will yield so many fruit for you. You know, so it's not necessarily that you got to go out there and
Have a
break the
yard.
ground.
Mhm.
You know, if you live in a situation where you at, you just got to make do with what you have at that time.
That's it.
Okay, so one more question, because we got cats around here too. So how do you minimize them eating up your garden?
Target practice.
No, we ain't gonna do that. No, I can't do that. Well, I mean, and the thing about it with the cats,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
don't listen to her, man.
Cause I already been doing it. I bought a bow and arrow, so I'm sorry. All right, but go ahead. Oh man.
So I mean, and you know, that's one of them things that the cats and stuff, is just hard to control them things. But one of the things you probably could go ahead and maybe say, hey, get you some litter box or something for the cat. You know, because 9 times out of 10, what it is, if your soil is real dry, and maybe say, you know,
If it resembles kitty litter,
that you can't.
the cats will come.
They'll come and try to, you know, play in it and whatnot like that. You know, so that's it right there.
So I've been told, because it's another question I want to make sure I ask, because you just said something key about the self-sufficiency part of it and the mindset that comes with, you know, having your own. But I've been told that the cats can be beneficial to a garden. They can keep certain pests out.
Yes, they can. So let's elaborate on that, because I am not a cat person. If I had my way, it would be target practice, right? But they do have a significance in the garden. They keep away rats and mice.
Mm-hmm.
So we did, when we first moved here, had a little stray that decided he wanted to come to our house, and Michael Allah wanted to feed it. He fed the cat never left. So I was one of those, as long as it provides for itself, it can stay. If it stays away from me and it provides for itself, it could stay. And we've been doing pretty good. He has its moments where he want to come my way, and then I have to remind him I don't like him. But he serves his purpose. I haven't seen any mice or rats or anything like that. So cats do have a purpose, as with a lot of the insects and stuff in a garden too, you know. Yeah. But yeah, cats do have their purpose.
All praises. So
hey, there's so many things that I want to go into, but go ahead. Go ahead.
But I gotta touch on this key point for the nation and for all, but you know, to the Jew first, then the Gentile, right? You said something about the self-sufficiency. Touch a little bit on how this has benefited you all financially. Because you all haven't had to go to the grocery stores for a whole lot of different things, right? Mm-hmm. Give us a little bit of, you know, the beneficial side of that.
I mean, it definitely cut down on costs.
Yes.
You know, because the money that I could run to the store and go buy the stuff that I'm growing, I could buy me a bag of maybe say some organic fertilizer or something with that. Mm-hmm. You know, so it cost wise, it's definitely good, because most of the stuff that we are harvesting out there in the backyard, the stuff that you would go to the store and buy. Mm-hmm. Like even right now, we got tomatoes out there that's getting ready to start ripening. You know, and hey, that right there will be on the dinner plate after a while. You know, so it definitely work out.
And that's for the produce aspect, but even for the meat aspect, like to know that you're eating some meat that you've raised. You know exactly what it has consumed, how it has been treated its whole life. For me, that's a win-win. That's a win-win.
Oh, praises. And so I want to ask this as dang it, it just left me. It was along the lines. Okay, here we go. So as far as it, you know, saving y'all money, so you would say like, okay, if y'all spent like $800 on grocery a month, how much of a percentage of that would it cut down on? 50.
I was gonna say probably about 60 to 75%.
So I could pocket and benefit in pocket, say for instance, about give or take $600 a month then.
Absolutely.
Y'all hear that, people? You hear that, brothers and sisters?
That's savings. That's savings there.
Yep. And sometimes it's just a renewal of the mind too, because we feel like we go to the store, we got to get the top of the line this, top of the line that. For my family, they already know, listen, if squash is ready in that garden today, you eat squash for dinner. If squash is ready in that garden tomorrow, you eat squash tomorrow. You know, what we eat, it goes by what's ready out there. You know, like so as long as that mind is renewed, you know, you're fine. I don't want to hear, we just ate squash yesterday. Yeah, we're going to eat it today too.
Look, all praise, and it's a little bit more easier said than done. But like, so you said you got a family, so y'all have children.
Con.
Okay. How many? And
some extra employees.
Right.
Some extra employees.
They going out there getting feed for in the day.
Hey, yeah, they shifting into the mindset because she just said something key. Like you said, it's a little hard. It's a little harder said than done, right? But it's the thing. When you don't have another option, then what?
There you go. That's it. That's all.
That's true.
Which is coming. You feel me? So you can either get ready now or what?
So
go ahead.
And so that's even a thing. Even like I was saying with me growing up, you know, just teaching that next generation. You know, so that way this knowledge right here that I have, or the little knowledge that I do have, I can pass it down to them, because that's pretty much what happened with me growing up. I was taught by my parents, you know, and grandparents, and so that's what that was instilled in me, and so therefore here it is today, you know, putting into play.
And I just want to say this: we're not going to minimize. I know that's not your intentions, but that's not little knowledge. That's big knowledge. These are big facts. These are big moves that y'all making. I want to emphasize that. Us going to the supermarkets and depending on that's little knowledge. What you all are doing, this is big knowledge. These are big events.
Factual.
That's going on. Because like I was stating about the show last week.
Yeah.
That was a pivotal point. That was the first thing they did in Tulsa. They started their own grocery store. That was the first thing. So that means they had to be doing what? Growing their own crops.
What's the first thing that the scriptures had said? Be ye content with these three. What's the first thing? Food.
And that's one of the thing is that we need that food for our sustenance.
That's it.
You know, we need that. So if we're not growing the food, guess what? Hey, it's a done deal. You know.
So
that's one of the key things for an economy as well. Food.
That's what we're about to get ready to go into. So let's go into a brief break. We're gonna come back. Y'all stick with us. Don't go nowhere. That's Bill family. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm talking about the listeners too. Y'all stick with us. Y'all let's embrace this culture of this is Hebrewism right here. It ain't just, y'all already know it. I ain't even go into all that. But this is building. This is nation building. So y'all stick with us. We'll be right back.
I'm sick and tired of you throwing your stones and hiding your hand, being ashamed of where you stand, seeing the wickedness up in the land, but staying quiet to keep your friend. I am not going to join in your lane. I was created to show his fame. The Most High God has only one name, and of that name I'm gonna proclaim. A higher bless me with holy fire, so I can burn up all of the liars. I make it clear when I press record. All of my fans are on one accord. Please don't confuse this music for trap. I'm breaking chains every time I rap. King Barazal, tribe of the lion, not gonna stop until I see Zion. My music iron. Choose music like a vitamin, singing songs that are free of sin, fresh air like oxygen, keeping your spirit clean within. All of my music stay healthy. I'm not trying to be wealthy. King Barazal, tribe of the lion, not gonna stop until I see Zion. My music iron. "2013, I was 15, heard of the truth when I was a teen. Didn't get serious till a year later, cause I was scared of people's opinions. Now I am free to praise my creator. A higher gave me my position, stuck to my mission like I'm an agent, breaking seals off the holy nation. We gon' rise up out of the ground, times of refreshing are all around. Breathing the air back into the lost. I have already accepted my cross, telling me lies but I am not buying. So for this truth I'm paying the cost. King Barazal, tribe of the lion, screaming repent until we see Zion. My music iron. Choose music like a vitamin, singing songs that are free of sin, fresh air like oxygen, keeping your spirit clean within. All of my
All right, Shalom, Maya. Shalom, shalom. We are back. So I just dropped that. I see y'all like that song right there. That's King Barazal, Iron.
Y'all on mute, brother and sister.
Iron.
Y'all still on mute.
So yeah, all praise to the Most High. Barazal out here tearing the streets up.
Con. Yeah, that brother there, he's like he ain't letting up, and we can't let up.
He ain't
right
got
now.
no let up.
But period, as a nation, we can't let up. We can't let no sin in. We can't let slothfulness in. We can't let him divide the household, the families, the husband and wives. That's why we embracing the couples on this month. And we're going to embrace every part of righteousness that we can. And we pray that you all help us, bring forth this energy in these times we in. Let's get these numbers up on subscribers so we can get this word out. It's time. And like I said, the topic we're touching on tonight is very pivotal, very important. Yes. So I just want to speak to some of the concerns. Some things I'm thinking about with you all, because like I said, I did a little research. So these gonna be just some quick points so we can get more into the show. So from what I've seen with a lot of farmers or ranchers, they said right now is a critical time for you all. A lot of unfair treatment to farmers. When it comes to getting the things that you need. One of the things I've seen as well, man, like water, very essential, right? Very, critical. So, is it a lot of unfair treatment to you all?
Well, I was gonna say, and we're gonna say we don't know, and I'll tell you why we don't know. One thing I can say is when we trust in the Most High, He provides everything. So a lot of the times we see those statistics and they relate to farmers. Those are farmers that have taken out government subsidies, farmers that are relying upon government programs. and things of that nature. We've chosen not to go that route and just to rely upon the Most High. So if that means the fence on one side of the area might not get put up and you just put it up in pieces as the funds come, then that's what we do, as opposed to applying for a government grant and they come out and put up a farm, but then you go on a list.
Man, real quick, everybody in the comment section, put some hands together for the Most High, for real. Put some hands together for the Most High. I want to see them through the comments.
Because y'all gotta notice, like, every aspect of, like I said, I looked at the statistics of the world's perspective of it. But if you notice, with our brothers and sisters, every need, every want, every need of a defense, the Most High was their supplier. He was there for their defense.
And that's one of the key thing with this homestead right here at this moment, at this time. To be honest with you, I have to give the Most High all the praise, honor, and the glory, because I don't think that it could have been possible without him in the midst. And like I always, it's always my prayer, Father Ahayat, if this is not your will, oh Lord, don't let it be done. And
let it come to nothing.
Let it come to naught. And it's like every morning when I get up, I pray. I said, Father, give me the strength to be able to do your will, oh Lord, and go out there in that garden every morning, every day, and tending to the animals, tending to the garden. I know it's only by his might that it is possible.
That's it.
And so I have to give him all the praise, honor, and the glory for that.
Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High.
Hey man, let's put up some of them pictures to show the how the Most High is blessing them. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Look, when I saw him, when I opened up the email to see him, I was like, Lord have mercy. Like y'all take a because I know y'all can't see it, but I can get it to where y'all can see it. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay. Well, we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it like this. We're just gonna show it to the people. I don't want to mess nothing up to where we have any technical difficulties. But y'all see this? Y'all sent a bowl where it has some squash, some what's them purple
some
things?
Carrots, some squash, cucumbers, bell peppers, beets.
Beets, that's what they is. Beets. I remember when I was eating beets. And I had started eating a whole lot of beets because I had found out they had some good things in them. And, I went to the facilities and I was like, "Babe," and I researched that beets. Like I had so many beets in me.
You was beat like that.
I was beat. Oh, so let me bring that back up there for y'all. Like that just looks beautiful, and it looked like it came straight out the organic
at the store, right? So this is all OG, right? All organically grown. And let me drop a fact.
I snapped that picture. What day was that? Tuesday.
This is beautiful.
We have a customer that we deliver callaloo to, which is like a Jamaican spinach, and they.
I think I seen that one. Yeah, I seen you out there with it, holding it. Yeah.
And so they usually we have a customer we deliver to on Tuesdays, and they hit us up and say, "Hey, I need some produce too. What you got?" So we out there in the garden running like, "Okay, wait, let's get this, let's get that, let's get this, let's get that."
Let's get it. I'm loving this all the way through, man. This is inspiration right here. Cause y'all very inspirational.
So I got it pulled up here. So like this just looks beautiful. So let me go to another picture here.
Yeah, those are eggs.
Okay.
Now go back to the eggs.
My bad.
Go back to the eggs. For those,
Where'd it go? There we go.
Talking about the renewing of the minds now. Us getting a batch of these, man, look like, man, these ain't real eggs. We so programmed to you feel me?
You'd be surprised how many people when we first started gathering the eggs, and you got some of us that'll say, "I don't eat white eggs." And I'm saying to myself, if you knew what the chickens went through to give you those white eggs,
so
you would hop on the batch of these.
So we gonna pause it. Like I want to know, but I don't know if it's what we gonna hear that these chickens went through.
They ain't free ranging. That's for sure. We're gonna say that and leave it right there.
Lord have
Yeah, but
mercy.
these chickens have been well cared for, and they reward us heavily with eggs.
And I see somebody in the comments said it. They hit it right on the head. You all are doing this with love.
Yeah, I saw that up in the comments. I saw that up in there. I was like, man, that's the thing that's going cause Father's Will real soon. Me and Sean, we had planned to do that what's that experiment we was talking about where you
you know, it said like the scriptures say, the power of life and death is in the tongue, right? So it's power in the words that we speak. So it's an experiment that they've done, you know, that you speak to a rice or a flower or anything. I mean, let alone a person. We can see how that has an effect, you know, just speaking, you know, good words to one plant, and then, you know, saying negative things to the other one. So we wanted to see for ourselves if it actually works. But from their experience, when you speak negative things to a plant continuously, it dies quicker than the one that you speak in, I love you and you're great and things like that. So yeah, so that's
well, the word tells us life and death lies in the power of our tongue.
And I mean, you say the dominion that the Most High give us.
Yes.
You know. Yeah. And you know, hey, the Most High do give us dominion. You know, we just got to tap back into that. You know.
And that's what we're doing. We're coming back to that true power. And like I said, and moving in his essence. So you got that love, and then like I said, y'all moving in his love, keeping them laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. So let's go to the next one.
Okay, so what are we looking at you right here? Where are you at here?
So this is callaloo. So we have about, I think, 15 or 16 rows of callaloo, which is one of our top crops, especially in the summertime. We have a lot of Caribbean clientele that buys the callaloo from us. And so that's Mike getting ready to do a cut in the callaloo rows.
So what's callaloo?
Callaloo is like a Jamaican spinach.
Oh. So do it taste just like the spinach we eat here in America, or do it have a different acquired taste?
It does. You just cut it differently. You have to chop it up, but it has that taste, but it's more nutrient dense.
Hey, we taking a trip.
I already visualized it. We just ain't there yet, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Y'all pray for us on that. We want to go do a live show with them. We're gonna go out there live with the camera, do an update of how the Most High bless.
I was gonna say, you know, most of my people in the comment section, they know if you tell me something going down, I'm gonna tell you when. Just let me know.
Hey, we building from here.
Cameraman, if you watching the show, look, be ready. Get ready, cameraman.
Back it up. Let's go.
What we got next up?
Let me see. Get this thing out of the way. Okay, that was it going that way. I knew it's okay. Boom. Here we go.
So while you getting that up, for the listeners, we loving y'all interaction. For those that have been blessed to be able to get some of these produce and things that our brothers and sisters offer, we want y'all to drop in the comments. What's your favorite? What's your favorite? I seen some people saying them turkey is flavorful. All praises. I think that's Aqua Kim.
Yeah, you got a few people talking about
Kim Wiggins. Yeah, that's sis and her husband. They always be showing love. Shout out to y'all and shout out to everybody. But yeah, drop in there because it's a short delay, so we want to get a chance to read off some of y'all favorites from their garden. Yeah, from
I would
Humble
really
Serve and Homestead.
Yeah, I would really love to see some of them goats and sheep that y'all got. So Father's Will, you know, we get that trip plan. You know, get that trip plan. That'll be something great.
So what we have here, these are the maters.
The maters.
Tomatoes, yes sir.
Right, and some of them have to look like they just about ready to be picked.
Yeah, them boys look good too. Look, I remember my uncle used to when I was younger, when he was alive. I remember he used to have tomatoes. These particular tomatoes, he had some of the red ones, and when they get done, and he'd be like, he just did the garden just to do the garden, and he would give it all away for free. And he'd be like, "Hey, this mark on this bag, this is for Barbara Johnson. Mark on this bag, this is for Mr. Luther." And I'd be like, "Man," I'm like, "Dang, we'll go and drop them off, and we'll be dropping them off." And I never seen any financial transaction. And, I asked him one day, I was like, "So how much you make off of this stuff?" He said you treat your people right.
That's it.
Because they treated him right, he treated them right.
It's funny that you say that, and it's all praise and glory go to the Most High, because not everything that we actually grow here that we actually sell. Some of these things we do give away. And I mean, this is not nothing to put on no show or anything like that, because I do it from the kindness of my heart. I don't do it to be seen. I don't do it to get attention. Even what I do, a lot of people don't really know about it, because I just slide it on to them. But most of the elderlies and stuff like that are in our church. When we do have stuff that are ready, some Shabbats, we'll just go ahead and slide them a bag and let them know, hey, that's for you. And like I said, all praises go to the Most High for that I'm just able to do that, because I know by doing that, that's where the blessing, and He will also increase what's going on here on the homestead.
That's it.
And I'm thankful that I'm able to do that.
I believe the Most High is going to continue to just bless it and bless it, bless it. This thing is going to be big. And I just love that y'all are here, and that we can be a part of what y'all, seeing what y'all doing. And then even like we, like I said, get down there, even put our hands to the plow somewhere, like this is like, I ain't going to go on no rant. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sean.
This is what it is. This is the kingdom, and I'm gonna go into that scripture. So we nearing the end, but I want to put this out for the brothers and sisters. Why should we, go to our brother or sister, or get, into the mindset of this? Here's a fact that I was able to come across. Over 90% of the corn, soy, and cotton is GMO in the U.S.
That's it.
So if 90% of that is GMO, what do you think about the rest?
There you go. You got other crops that are heading right behind it very fast.
And that's one of the things. All of our seeds that we grow here on the homestead is either organic or heirloom seeds. GMO stuff, we stay away from it. Because
real quick, if you could help me out there, what's the difference between GMO and heirloom seeds? Because I sure got some heirlooms. If I need to ship them to y'all, just let me know. But yeah, go ahead.
So the heirloom seed is a genetically modified seed.
They're not.
What?
Heirlooms?
Oh no! Oh, I thought he talking about the.
He said, what's the difference between the two?
The organic and the heirlooms, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about the GMO seeds.
Okay, so I can tell you. So organic seeds are seeds that have harvested from produce that has not been treated with anything. They just put it out there, planted it, let the produce grow, and then harvested seeds once the produce is ripe. Not all organic seeds are heirloom. Heirloom is just a fancy term of saying these seeds have been true and not cross-pollinated for at least the last 50 years.
Matter of fact, y'all go ahead and speak up in the grab a bag. So show the people right quick.
So typically we try to grow as many heirlooms as we can, because our goal is to save seed from that crop to be able to plant for the next crop.
Okay.
So it has to be either heirloom, and if we can't find heirloom, at least organic.
So how do you end up harvesting the seeds? Because
different processes. There's different processes depending on what you're growing. For instance, today we just picked some red kidney beans. And in order for us to be able to plant some more red kidney beans from the crop we just picked, we left some on the bush to dry out. on the bush.
So
the pods, go ahead. So the pods themselves will get dry, very dry and crunchy, at which point we know the seeds inside are also dried completely, if not dried almost, if not completely, and then we could actually harvest those and put those away. When you get your seeds, they're all dried out. That's the goal to have. But for say if we were harvesting a squash or a cucumber or a zucchini, we'd leave that fruit on the vine as well. Typically, you're used to seeing a cucumber very green. That's when you pick it. That's when it's good. You slice it, you eat it, right? Most people don't know that if you want to save seeds from a cucumber, you let it stay on the vine as long as possible. It'll begin to turn like an orange color, almost beginning to look like a yellow squash.
So the seeds can develop.
And the seeds will be developing inside as it's growing and maturing and turning colors.
I got something for y'all. Let me write this down. I got something for y'all. Like, oh yeah.
Hey man, this is where it's at. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna touch on those few points because you stated it earlier, the importance of us getting back into the agriculture mindset and raising our own. I just want to go into a couple points. Paras, if you can show it. If not, I'll just read it. But if you want to showcase it,
give me a second.
We're gonna get it right quick. Cause man, this show here, we're gonna have to do a part 2.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's the 10 reasons why.
Yeah, 10 reasons why agriculture is important. And we want to ask the audience, y'all pray for us on that we can get down there, because I think it's a lot of the Atlanta body in here. Y'all pray that we get a chance to come down there and see y'all.
Look, we like to camp now, so if you come and bring your tent, we can camp out. We can make it do what it do.
Oh, don't tease me with a good time. Oh, that's goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Oh man. All right, so I got you up here.
All right, so the IM can see it. So I won't go through all 10 points, but it was just some key points that I think Ak brought out. We're gonna get ready to head on out, but it was key. All right. We up? I can't see it.
Oh, my apologies.
We up? Okay, yeah, we up. You good. I see it on the other screen. Cool. So I'm just gonna go to it. So it says 10 reasons why agriculture is important. In other words, 10 reasons why our brothers and sisters is very important. Yeah. Number 1, it's the main source of raw material. Many raw materials, whether it's cotton, sugar, wood, or palm oil, comes from agriculture. These materials are essential to major industries in ways many people aren't even aware of, such as the manufacturing of pharmaceuticals, even though we don't go into that, diesel fuel, plastic, and more. In fact, raw materials are so much important in production that the economic health of a country strongly depends on how many raw materials is possessed. Anything y'all want to speak on that?
I would say that's in a nutshell. I'm just talking about this economic health of a country. It's the economic health of a community too. And to be honest, that's a part of why we started our YouTube channel with the videos. And Michael Oller kind of touched on that earlier. If I'm doing my part over here and I've perfected how to grow cucumber and squash, you doing your part over there and you perfected how to grow potatoes, sweet potatoes, beets, and the likes. My next brother or sister perfected how to grow these cabbages and collard greens. When we come together as a nation, it's on. It's on. We bartering, we switching, we trading. I don't have to have all the knowledge, but I can have my little part of the puzzle. And if it all is put together, it makes the big picture.
And a lot of people we got to grow back to a nation, to that mindset that not one person is going to do all things. I believe I'm gonna speak on it now. We got to get back into that family-oriented spirit amongst each other.
That's it.
We got it because it seems like when we come to the truth, we left that family-oriented spirit with our families in the world, and we didn't drag that along to the truth with us. We would get together and do everything together, We got to get together that same exact way and do everything together.
That's it.
We Israelites. We Israelites, not individualites.
Come
All right,
on now.
Facts.
So yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. So we're gonna go to point 3.
Okay, give me a second. Let me
I
get
think I got like 2 or 3 more I want to get, and then we're gonna get ready to get these closing statements.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna go to point number 3, and it reads: agriculture is important. Why? Because it plays a big role in a nation's revenue. Nation. We're building what? A nation. Speaking of trade, developing countries still get most of their national income from agriculture export, while developed countries don't depend on agriculture as much as they used to, which they still do. They sliding that in there. Their economics would definitely take a hit if all exports suddenly stop. Got to think about that. Now, we ain't got our hand in nothing. Why you think we broke? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the families, you know, like I said, during the times of the civil rights movement and all that, because I know I grew up with my grandparents. My grandfather still was out there. You know, he showed me how to, you know, grow the peas and the watermelons. I done had my hand in it when I was small, but I got to get back to it.
Yeah. A lot of people up north in the city don't really get exposed to that. You know, most people up north, because like I was born up north, but I was raised down south as well. So I got a lot of that. My uncle owned like acres upon acres of land, like 2 different lots of acres of land that he had cars on one, and he had you know, plants and vegetables on another. You know, after he passed, it just got depleted and everything. But you know, nonetheless, being around that environment, it was like we got to see something completely different.
Yes.
Diving back in, I said some key points here. Just, you know, just like I said, putting it, renewing that mind. Let's renew our mind. All right. It says point 4. I said I'm gonna keep on, like, especially when we're speaking about entrepreneurship and building the nation. I'm gonna keep pointing back to, like I said, Tesla. Right. This is one of the points. Remember, first thing they got was what? Grocery store. Point 4. It improves employment. The agriculture industry is still one of the biggest sources of employment in many areas. It's actually booming. Whether it's working as a farm harvester, technician for farm equipment, scientist, or so on. It's many different aspects of how, you know, when you really get the ecosystem going, you can, it's other things you can stem off to employ people with. That's what we're seeing here. There are plenty of jobs available in this field. In developing countries, agricultural jobs help reduce high rates of unemployment. When it comes to reducing poverty, who's in poverty, you feel me? Evidence shows that focusing on agriculture is sufficiently more effective than investing in other areas.
I wanna bring a precept out real quick, because she just said what you just read about everybody having their part. Give me a second here. Let me get back to this. Everybody having their part. So I'm gonna go to where we at Romans 12 and 14 real quick. Let's go to Romans 12 and 14 real quick. All right. I think I just passed that thing. There we go. Romans 12, 14. Nope. No. Yeah.
And like I said, if y'all got anything y'all want to speak on, we here with y'all. Y'all can speak on it, elaborate.
I think I just clicked the wrong thing. Yes, I did click the wrong thing. 12 and 4. Not 14, 12 and 4. Here we go. All right, Romans 12 and 4. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office.
Come on, bring it up.
Not all members got the same office. Everybody got to do their part. Like the sister said, like one person is not gonna have all the knowledge.
Come on.
They not. It's only when we start bringing the knowledge that we have together. That's how they was able to build the what's the thing called when they came out of Egypt.
Babel.
No, not the Tower of Babel. When we came out of Egypt and we built the tabernacle for the Most High. Everybody it wasn't one person that built that tabernacle. Everybody played their part in building the tabernacle. You had somebody that was a forger of gold, a forger of metal, somebody that put up the curtains and different things like that, and put those things together. Somebody who built the altar, the whole nine. When you go through that, when you go through how the tabernacle was built, it was very strategic, but it was not one person that built the whole tabernacle.
That's it.
So
and
I got something
everybody's part is important.
Anything else y'all want to speak on before we go to another point?
No, just everybody playing their position, and all the positions are important. No matter how minuscule it may seem, everybody's part is important because once it comes together as a whole, that's gonna make it all operate how it should.
All right. Point number 5. Agriculture is important because what? It is crucial to a country's development. Economic development is tied to a country's agriculture sector. When trades, national revenue, and employments are combined in a positive way, a country enjoys reduced poverty and boosts economic growth. Because strong agriculture results in benefits fairly quickly. Focusing on it is one of the best ways to speed up development and improve a country's standing in the world. And I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna get point 10 because a lot of these points is key. But like I said, we gotta remember, get back to that old way, like you tell you in the book of Jeremiah. First and foremost, we've started to come back to the old way, which is the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. That's the first old way. But now we gotta get back to the old way of living. And agriculture is one of the biggest thing, and like our relationship with the Father, plays a big role on how much you can produce. Because one of the things I had saw as well, this week, and looking into this. Like I was seeing like some of the effects that's hitting, the U.S. right now, and we know why it's so much sin in the earth. Like, so I want to go all too, deep because I want to let y'all get a lot of closing statements in, but just having this, renewing our mindset back to, including these aspects of life is going to be so essential. So last point, I'm gonna go to point 10. It says the state of agriculture. It is so important because the state of agriculture reflects our future. Right? We're looking towards the future. As the Most High guide us, that's what we're looking for. It says when it comes to pollution and climate change, the environment and agriculture suffers the quickest and with the most clearest consequences. If effective changes aren't made, climate change's impact on agriculture will decimate a country's economy and eventually wipe out the food supply. So that's where the Most High comes in, because we know, like I said, when he went down to Egypt, right? When he started doing certain things with the climate and in the different areas, it affected what? The food supply.
Factual.
It did.
So I'm gonna leave it at that, but we have to seek him first and then put the necessary work in for the common necessities of life in order for us to survive and make it. All right. So anything y'all want to speak on before I ask y'all the closing statement and then go into these?
Well, just a quick scripture that I want to bring forward here is Proverbs 27 verse 23 through 27, and it say,
you said
"Be thou
27
diligent."
and where?
Give them time to turn to the scripture.
27 and where?
It's 27 verse 23
through
27.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
with
if,
you.
okay, it say, be thou diligent to know the state of thy flock, and look well to thy herd. For riches are not forever, and doeth the crown endureth to every generation. The hay appeareth on the tender grass, showeth itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lamb are for thy clothing, and the goat are the price of the field. And thou shall have goat milk enough for thy food, for thy food of thy household, and for the maintenance of thy maids.
Look
So
at the
there's
Most
gonna
High.
come a time. All praises to the Most High. There's gonna come a time where the revenue, the money of this world, is no more.
And it's gonna be resources.
Exactly. It's gonna be the resources.
Exactly. I was talking to Valash just yesterday. A elder gave him some wisdom that he's using to this day. This is what's going to feed us, and what's going to put a roof over our head and put clothes on our back. These right here, finding what we can do with our hands. Because once all this YouTube and all of this technology fall down, it ain't gonna be no more watching nothing. It's gonna be putting your hand to the plow.
Hand to the plow. That's it.
And if you're not putting your hand to the plow now and executing those things, then don't think that it's just something just gonna hit you when everything breaking loose. It's not gonna happen like that.
So I just want to run down some of the things that people say that they love the most that y'all have. Y'all got pickled eggs?
We made pickled eggs.
Okay. Somebody dropped in there pickled eggs. Sis Kim Wiggins said the kale and beets. Somebody, I said Elena Palmer, y'all know her. She said everything. Everything good.
Everything.
Judith said the deer burgers. Oh man.
Yeah, I saw that in there. Like when I saw that, I was like, I'm definitely making the trip. Just off the deer burgers alone.
So that's our camping signature. When we camp, we got to be burning some deer burgers on the grill.
Oh,
that's a must.
Yeah, we definitely are going to have a part 2. Yeah, like I pray the Most High set that in stone for us, because
in the heavens,
and because just dealing with the animals is a whole nother deal. I don't want to go too far into it because we at the end, but dealing with the animals is a whole nother deal. So I want to, next time when we come on, we want to go into. Want to go into that aspect of it.
So we got Judith with the callaloo again. They said they got the pickled watermelon, deer sausages. I know my wife gonna love them deer sausages. We definitely been looking for those. The eggs, the free range chicken, everything. So,
Lord have mercy.
Y'all putting in that work.
Come through, Most High.
So we got a question from the audience as well. They said, how many animals do y'all have, Grant family?
Let's see. We have about 80 chickens, 4 turkeys, 10 sheep, and 22 goats.
22 goats?
But
you said chickens, 80 chickens, though. Did you say 8 or 80?
80.
No, I think that number might have dwindled down because we done got rid of some. So, well, I mean, we just got some and whatnot. So I guess you're putting that number in there too. So
80.
This is work. This is life. I would love to live that life all day. The Father might bless it. The Father might bless it. Bless it, Father. Bless it.
Mm. So there we have it for the comment section. Like I said, I appreciate everyone, engaging. I pray that we take this to heart. But I got a closing statement before I read a couple. I just got two scriptures, I think, for you all. This is one thing I put on my mind. So you know how our eating habit is here in the States, all right? You just eat if they can, right? Almost to the point where people are glutton, right? So with the fact that you all are doing the labor, pretty much putting in the work to produce your food, do you appreciate your food and meals more now than you did before? And do you eat as much as you used to? When you
Definitely
didn't
not.
have to.
I was gonna say your appetite tends to dwindle, but your metabolism is faster too. So I will say that I tend to drink more juices. I juice fresh produce. Like my cup here, you probably see me turn up a little bit, but that's some ginger and cucumber juice. So I tend to juice more versus consume. But you have definitely have a better appreciation. Like all of the times where you would get produce from the store and you'll let it sit in your refrigerator a little bit too long and you throw it out, or you trying to find something to do with everything that comes from the garden to the house to make sure that there is zero waste.
And I mean, it's just the flavor. Growing the stuff out there and bringing it in the house, and she cooking, I'll come down and sit down and eat. I mean, man, I'm telling you, the flavor is so much different. It's definitely, it's good. It's good.
Man,
this is beautiful.
We want. I want to talk more, but go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, so we're gonna end it off right here.
I
pray that you all enjoyed it, but we're gonna grab two more scriptures.
It's been a blessing.
Hey, it's been a blessing having y'all, and just the energy, the spirit, the building. Right? Let's touch on it a little bit. Luke 17:21. That's the first one we going to.
No, give me a second to get there for you real quick. You said Luke 17:24?
Come.
All right.
Let me know when you got it up.
All right, we's ready.
All right. Let me get that with you. I had it together here. So the Spirit gave me more scriptures, and I had to take it off of there. All right, and it reads, this is Luke 17:21. We've been alluding to this all throughout the show, but just want to bring it out. It says, neither shall they say. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Ahiah should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of Ahiah cometh not with observation.
Come on now.
And obviously our brothers and sisters took this to heart because they ain't just observing, they working.
Yes, sir.
Verse 21. Neither shall they say, lo, here, or lo, there. For behold, the kingdom of Ahiah is within you.
All praise
within each and every one of us. Them, me, the brother Chop, all of you all listening, and all of you all of those that you're going to share this video with. Con. Last scripture. We're going to go to Sirach. Let me get the all
right, now I
chapter and verse for you all.
I gotta get to a new page.
Sirach 25 and verse 1.
Okay, hold on, wait 1 second. Cause I gotta get you a new page here. I gotta get that because they give us that apocrypha option as well. You said Sirach, right?
Sirach 25 and 1. Come.
Boy, somebody really speeding. All right.
We good?
We good.
All right. So this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 25 and 1. Yeah. And it reads, in three things I was beautified. You notice I kept on saying this is beautiful, right?
Yes, sir.
and stood up beautiful both before a higher and man. The unity of brethren,
Yes, sir.
which we working towards. The love of neighbors, and what do we have on the show today? A man and a wife that agree together. They came together with this idea and being led by the Spirit and letting the Most High lead them first. And putting their hand to the plow and look at what the Most High has blessed them with. If he did it for them, he could do it for all of us. Want to send that message out to all the husbands and wives that's out there, just like this brother and sister has, put their minds, they've joined themselves physically and spiritually and mentally, and the Most High is giving them a gold mine. So with that, this has been the first show of this month for couples working it out. And I think we brought it in with a banger. All praises. Appreciate you all coming through.
We appreciate the opportunity.
And hopefully, like I said, it won't be the last. But
Absolutely.
You got anything let's make sure y'all put y'all YouTube channel out. And Chop, I know you wanted to speak your piece, and then I'll leave with the last statement.
Yeah, so our YouTube channel and our social media handles are all the same. It's Humble Servants with an S Homestead. So our YouTube channel is Humble Servants Homestead. Our IG and our Facebook is also Humble Servants Homestead.
Okay. So everything is in the description as well. So y'all can find all of those links in the description, the YouTube, the Instagram, the Facebook, and find those things in the description and check them out, link up, show them some love. I know just based off of their spirit right now, open and willing and wanting to help whoever needs it.
Absolutely.
Whoever needs it. We a nation, we building. So
that's it.
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and when y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so y'all can be notified anytime we do something new when YouTube let it go through. So we had to put that disclaimer out there because YouTube I want to let them see this, but I'll let them see it an hour after it broadcasts, and it'll give you the link like an hour or two later. I'm like, okay, YouTube, that's what you doing. All right. So make sure y'all go check out the TBT Radio website as well. We're going to put their information inside of the TBT Radio website. So y'all make sure if y'all ain't been there yet, let's get over to that screen there real quick. If y'all ain't been there yet, visit the TBT Radio website over here. We got a 24-hour radio cycle that y'all can go there and listen to truth music vetted by the best. Also, we have, what's new in music. Y'all find out what's new in music, what's been dropping this month, what's been dropping this year. And then also where we'll have our Grant family and their business added to the business page as well, along other people we've interviewed and other people that we're affiliated with, in their businesses. So praise the Most High. Y'all keep rocking with us, keep supporting us, and let's continue to build as a nation and bring this kingdom. The kingdom is within who? Us.
And with that, we're gonna pray on it and we're gonna stay on it. Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I need some kind of clarity when all these people stare at me like righteousness is a rarity. The heathens, this is heresy. They just gonna be mad at me. I do it for the family. And that's a higher by Yashem, Yeshaya, GOCC. Stay calm, get your bags fully packed. We know that it's the time cause they don't know how to act. Pressure bust pipes, but we'll never crack. Been down so many times, all I do is bounce back. I'm sick and tired of this place, it's dumb wicked. To the point where you're spitting the truth, you hear crickets. Now the demons is lit, they so with it. They took your morals, now they snatching your soul with it. Stacking brick after brick, but it still won't mount up high enough, or wide enough to touch the kingdom that a higher had established from the start. He sent the angels down to split the languages apart, but we been set apart, cause we Jacob to the heart. Head start, ready, set, let's go.
sipping on you marks. We jumping off the bus this time, no Rosa Parks. Before I ran, bust a move, we up, we saw the sparks. Elected people, yeah, that 144 now. It's time to flee, so I'm catching up with bro now. Only the powers of a higher can control him, and I ain't Lot's wife. Come on, it's time to roll shit.
Break, bam, we gotta get away, bouncing out of Babylon. Straight and narrow path down the road, let's travel on. We gotta get away, bouncing out of Babylon. Leave them to their selves, let them heathens get their Babylon. We gotta get away, bouncing out of Babylon. Straight and narrow path down the road, let's travel on. We gotta get away, bouncing out of